Now, Mr. Singh, MD and CEO at Mahindra Holidays, is with us. So, reports are suggesting that global vacation ownership market is projected to display a robust growth by a CAGR of 7% during 2018 to 2023. How would Mahindra Holiday capitalize on this growth rate?
So, global vacation ownership businesses, as you know, are extremely robust businesses, and even during the meltdown that happened in 2008-2009, the global vacation ownership, largely led by North American companies, kept on doing extremely well. As you know, that in vacation ownership business, people buy into ownership of a week or ownership of a month or right to use, like we have in our product, for using the resorts that the company offers. So in this, the key thing is that the customer experience has to be good. So if the customer experience is good, there is a huge value that the customers see in these businesses. So as you have mentioned, that the global vacation ownership businesses are likely to grow at 7%, and this is obviously a projection. So I'm also very confident that given the under-penetration of this kind of business or this category, we are also quite confident that we would be able to take advantage of the India's demographic dividend, as well as the fact that the disposable incomes are likely to grow during the next few years. So that should help the Indian vacation ownership industry as well.
Can you just talk to us about the month of April and May? Flight prices really went up very high, plus the data that you're getting from a lot of consumer names suggests that there was a slowdown. Was there an issue in April and May in terms of the sort of demand that you saw, and how have things looked in June so far?
So we have two kinds of demand. We have the resort occupancy demand and we have our membership sales. So generally speaking, if you were to look at the demand scenario for the consumer products, as you know, it has not been very bright. And but holidaying, in my opinion, is never going to go out of fashion. And as far as April, May, June is concerned, as you know, that it's a holidaying season. And that season, in my opinion, from whatever I've been hearing and seeing, has been robust for the entire industry. And as far as the consumer demand is concerned, typically we should see over the next quarter's improvement, and that should keep the holidaying companies also do well in the coming quarters as well.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Mr. Singh. Just wanted to talk about your overall resort income. That has been seeing quite a smart growth. Your occupancy there has grown quite well sequentially. What is the strategy for growth for resort income?
So, as you know, in resort income, we don't get the room income because we sell memberships. So therefore, people do not have to pay for the room, and therefore the resort income comprises of only the food and beverage, holiday activities that we have. As you know, our resorts are unique. We create lots of holiday activities for our members, and therefore the key thing is that how do we engage with our members when they are in resort. So whether it is food and beverage, whether it is holiday activities, that is the key for us to keep growing the resort incomes. And apart from that, obviously adding resorts. You would know that we have a couple of projects which are already on the anvil, and we should see at least 200 room additions coming in this year. In fact, some of them little earlier than the end of this year. So we have a project going on in Goa. We have a project which is an expansion project going on in Ashtamudi. So these are the, when you have the room additions happening, that also leads to the resort income to grow. And occupancy is another lever. As you know, last year we were unfortunate in Q2. We had these Kerala and Coorg floods. If everything goes all right, then that gives us hopefully an occupancy kicker. So we need to continuously grow occupancies. We need to continuously engage with members so that we get lots of food and beverage as well as the holiday activity income. And also we need to keep adding resorts. And if you recall, some time ago, I have already gone on record that we are looking at 800 to 1,000 crores investments to build about 1,400 rooms in the next 3 to 4 years, in addition to 3,600 rooms which we have already.
Okay, so that's your expansion plan. Your overall numbers for the year look fairly robust, as we've been talking about your average occupancy, etc. But give us a sense as to why it was a muted quarter in Q4, and what is your outlook when it comes to your margins and your headline numbers going into the coming quarters?
In fact, Q4 was not a muted quarter. It was one of the best quarters ever. One of the reasons you did see as a muted quarter probably was that the numbers are not comparable. We moved on to a new accounting standard, which is Ind AS 115. Ind AS 115 accounting standard required us to take the membership income over the entire tenure of the membership, which is typically 25 years. Earlier, we used to take 60% income upfront, and we used to have 40% income over the 25 years. Now, that led to restatement of the income, as a result of which our income dropped for the quarter as well as if you were to look at it. Therefore, if you were to look at it from the old accounting standard point of view, we had very robust growth both in terms of profits. The profits grew by about 28%, and for the year the profits have grown by 17% as far as the old accounting standard is concerned. So we have a very robust quarter. Of course, the membership additions were slightly lesser, but on a sequential basis our membership additions were also 42% higher. So we do not see Q4 as, at an operating level, any different from what we have seen in the past. As a result of this movement into the new accounting standard, however, since there are no comparisons available, you may have found the difference between the old accounting standard income of last quarter versus the this year's quarter 4 income. You may have seen a dip, which I explained is because of the way the new accounting standard recognizes the income.
Right. So I just wanted to understand about the growth in e-commerce and the way you're seeing, these booking.com, various other websites that are making it cheaper, easier for people to book into areas where, it was not available with all the data that they need. Is that somehow impacting the business, or do you think that you also need to, give a much better experience than what was given earlier? So is that the focus to, retain the membership or get new membership additions?
So, whatever be the situation on the digital front in terms of availability, discovery for the customers, that's something that is a reality now. People are able to go to these online travel aggregator sites, and they are able to figure out which location they want to go, which place they want to stay. Of course, it's become much easier. The discovery is easier, reviews are easier. What we have found in the last 3 to 4 years, that our momentum has in fact only increased, because what we are realizing is that we have also started to now talk about the fact that we are not just an accommodation, we are not just a room night that we are out there to give. When you go to some of these online travel aggregators, all you see is the room and the price. There is no experience, and I have seen that people are quite disgruntled when they land up at the property and they find that they did not expect that, because sometimes they have found the pictures are good, but the experience is not even nowhere close to what they thought would be. So our belief is that since we control the experience, we have control on our resorts, we manage our resorts. Our resorts are designed for Indian families, for the holidaying experience, since we are been doing this for the last more than 2 decades. So we believe that we are in the business of selling in some manner. We are not about room nights. We are about giving experiences for the entire family, and that is something that has kept us going. And we find the demand for membership continues, because they feel that they are going to get into a trusted player of the vacation ownership industry, who is giving them an opportunity to experience the typical Club Mahindra hospitality, which is now very well known, and I would say world famous. And that is something that we are very proud of, and that is something that will differentiate, whether it is our holiday activities, whether it's our F&B experiences, whether it's our strategy of engaging with members round the year through many things that we have done, which includes a product like Club M Select, where members can get unique benefits and privileges as a result of becoming a member of our club. and also the fact that through RCI they can go to 4,000 resorts around the world.
Thanks so much for joining in, Mr. Singh, and giving us a view as to what the outlook is for the company, as well as how you see the overall vacation ownership industry shaping up going forward. So on track for expansion, and spoke about how Ind AS impacted the previous numbers, but going forward, they will boost their member additions and financials.